Back to the profit playbook. This is Kyrsti Snyder. And in this video, we're going to be talking specifically about how to follow up to gain more sales in the fastest way possible, simply. Okay. A lot of times we overthink how to follow up. We overthink, are they going to say yes? Oh my gosh, I feel like a saleswoman. Ugh, I feel so desperate. And the way to combat all of that desperation so people don't smell your BS a mile away, or so that you don't feel uncomfortable asking for the sale, is to follow up accordingly. The first hack I want you to write down is that when you follow up, they have to know that you were going to. Are you specifically saying in your direct message, in your short form video, in your text to them, in your email, hey, I'm going to follow up after you watch this in X amount of time? You can't just spam a person your link. You can't just be spammy Kathy. We need to avoid that at all costs. It needs to be where you are in production mode and you're asking for the sale from the first impression by letting the person know who you're speaking with that you're going to follow up. The only way to let them know how you're going to follow up and in what time is to literally tell the person, is to literally say, I will follow up here in 15 minutes after you watch my overview. I will follow up tomorrow if I haven't heard from you yet. I will follow up after dinner tonight when you're off work, whatever it is. That way the person knows you're going to follow up. They're expecting it. And when you follow up, they're not thinking, whoa, girl, she's a saleswoman. They're thinking, oh, they told me they were going to follow up. So I'm going to do everything that they said earlier because I know they're going to touch base with me. If you never expect them to know that by never telling them, or secretly you expect it, but you never said anything, no wonder you're feeling desperate. No wonder you're feeling like you're smelling of that desperation vibe of I'm a salesperson, right? In my line of work doing digital marketing, making a minimum $500 every single day. That's a bad day for me, by the way. The rest happens because of follow-up. Everything that I do, that I teach inside of this profit playbook is specific to you succeeding. So following up, if you don't give the right thing, if they don't know that you're going to follow up and you never set that expectation, you never give that right first impression, I'm going to follow up at this time. You have to give a time delay. You have to give a time frame for what it is so they know what to expect. But if you're just sending people your affiliate link and you're just hoping and praying for a sale by no communication, no getting a response as a first impression, why do they respond back if you're just sending them your link? Did you give them a reason to respond? If you did, and they respond back and they admit, yep, I've got the time to watch your overview now. I've got the time to figure out what it is you do with digital marketing or whatever you promote. If they're not admitting that they have the time to watch whatever video sales letter that you have, there is no way to follow up. How could you? No wonder you feel awkward and you're like, how do I follow up? It's been 3 days. It's been 3 days? 3 days. And you haven't heard from them? They forgot about you. I can almost guarantee it. Why? Because the first impression you set was, here's my link. Hi, my name is Spammy Kathy. And then when you follow up, it's like, hey, Billy Bob, how's it going? Awkward, right? But if you make Billy Bob admit that he has the time to watch your video sales letter for whatever it is you're promoting, and then you send him the link after he says, I have the time now, send it my way. I have the time at 5 tonight when I'm off work. Oh, I'm on my lunch break. Can you send it now for me? Whatever. If you give them the impression, the first impression that they want to respond, you ask a question, you get a response like a conversation. If we were in person, would you just be like, no, you'd want something to be asked so that a conversation flows with someone, right? It's the same thing when it comes to closing your sales. You give the first impression of, we're going to correspond and communicate to each other. Billy Bob then admits he has the time to watch your video sales letter for whatever it is you're promoting. And say your video sales letter, for example, is 15 minutes long. You would say, okay, Billy Bob, here's the link. Excited for you to watch it. I'll follow up in about 15 minutes when it's done. That way, Billy Bob's in a corner. He just said he has the time. He knows you're going to follow up. It's not weird when you communicate with him the 15 minutes later because you told him you would. So no more reeking of desperation, no more sneaky saleswoman, no more you feeling awkward. And what do I say? How do I respond? Nothing like that. Okay. Hope you guys took notes on that. If you got value from this video, please put a like on this video, subscribe to the channel so you are in the know instantly every single time I post inside of this playlist, the Profit Playbook. And last tip, here's a bonus for you. Drop the word bonus if you're at the point of this video. Comment the word bonus below if you're at the point of this video and you watched it till right now and you're about to get the bonus. Oh, I'm so excited. The bonus. If you have slaughtered this up to this point and you have just spammed people your link, someone says they want info and you just say, here, go to blah, blah, blah.com. And then you don't hear back from that person. Follow step number 1, step number 2 that I already went over. But step number 3, if you have just been spamming your link and you're like, well, I don't know how to recover that. I don't know how to retract that and make it better. First, start doing it in the way that I just said, that I just suggested now. Like this point and on, all the messages, all the inquiries you get, the emails, the texts, whatever, start doing that now for the ways I just expressed. And now your bonus is if you want to recover and retract what has happened, here's a couple quick examples of what you can say to follow up and not feel like you're awkward. Okay. Using my example of digital marketing, working at home, helping people generate income right from their phone, I would respond 3 days later, 3 hours later, a month later, whatever, and say, hey, Billy Bob, Kyrsti here. It's been X amount of time, however long, 3 days, a month, whatever, however long it's been. It's been X amount of time since I last heard from you. Thought of you today because I opened up another 5 spots for my income accelerator, and I want you to be one of them. Do you want in? Because then he has a reason, Billy Bob has a reason to respond. It doesn't matter how much time has passed. You're admitting and you're acknowledging that there's been time passed, 3 days, a month, a week, whatever. And you're also giving urgency and saying you have 5 more spots for your income accelerator. Well, what the heck is an income accelerator? Well, for me, it's giving a person the acceleration tutorial training that they get for free. And because they don't know what that is, it's exciting for them to hear. It's exciting for them to be like, well, what's an income accelerator? Holy crap, you only have 5 spots? Well, shoot, I'm glad you thought of me, right? And then the person has reason to respond because you're point blank and asking at the end, do you want in? Do you want one of those spots? Are you in? Do you want to claim yours now? Whatever it is, okay? So follow up, be the king and queen of following up. The answer is no till you ask. Go expect the sale. Assume it from the beginning by setting the right first impression, and you'll win so much more often. I guarantee you that. I want you to win. I want you to win hard. I want you ranking in commissions every single day, every single hour. And the way to do that is by following the Profit Playbook. So hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and we'll see you on the next video. With grace, Kyrsti.